Oh my gosh, malfunction. What's up, everybody? This is Debbie Diaz reporting live, and I am waiting for Tone, the GOAT, to make his appearance. Welcome to the show, GOAT at Night. We are streaming live on the socials, and I hope you can hear me well. It's usually him coming on first and pressing all the buttons, but I was a little late, and yet I beat him to the punch. But how's everybody's week going so far? How's everybody's stress? How's all the politics in your life? I know there's a bunch of bullshit all over the world going on, and it has been going on and will continue to go on. And you just gotta choose your battles, people. Decide what is good. Decide what you can tolerate, what stresses you out, what doesn't stress you out, and try to avoid anything of conflict. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting involved in some drama that you already don't need on your plate. You know what I mean? So just walk away. Walk away and avoid is what I totally advise you to do. I've been, I feel like I have a little bit of an echo here. Let me turn that little sucker down. And also salute. If you got a cocktail in your hand or just a water or nothing in your hand, salute to you and cheers. Because everything happens on a Tuesday. That's what I'm saying. Ice Cube says it best. It was a good day, but then everything happens on a Tuesday. I forget what rapper sings that song. I guess I can Google it. So today we're going to discuss the Stranger Story. That is a new guest interview edition that introducing to the podcast world. And what that is a opportunity, a chance, and a just a platform for anybody out there who's a stranger. I mean, we're all strangers at the end of the day. We don't really know each other. Yeah, you can see me on social media, but I'm still a stranger to you at the end of the day. You don't really know who I am, and you're a stranger to me, blah, blah, blah. Just because, you may know my name or I may know your name doesn't mean shit. So what we're doing is giving the platform to you. We're giving the platform to strangers out there that will have a story, have a journey, have an up, have a down, have a happy, have a not happy ending, have a story that is unique, bold, it is blunt, it is real, it's raw, it's rare, it is out there, and it needs to be told. It may it may not affect anyone. It may affect just one person. It may just affect you. It may be just like something that you need to get off your chest and tell anybody, and tell a microphone, So that is what we're doing, and you get 15 minutes of the spotlight. You come on the show, you come on the podcast live, and we'll stream you with our show. We have over 30,000 listeners on just Spotify alone that tune in. So there's a lot of publicity in here. Well, we're connected on all the social medias. Tone and I both are, and we'll blast you all over it. And your story will get out there. Your story will get out there, and we just want you to tell it the way you tell yourself your story. The juicy side of it, the the fragile side of it, the happy side of it, the boring side of it, whatever. You got 15 minutes to yourself to say and do and speak that story however you want. If you want more time than 15 minutes, because I know that's not a lot of time to really cram in a story that, I mean, I could do it because I talk fast, but there's others that need more time on the platform, and that's fine. If you'd like more time, we do offer a package that you can purchase additional minutes and have up to 45 minutes of the stage to get your story out there and get it told. And if you want to register for this, because Tone and I, we met on, him and I collabed and met on Threads. That's kind of like our baby platform. It's like we like Threads. It's like our go-to thing. And so we post a lot on Threads, and we have a community that we, bounce back and forth with on there. And we got a large amount of people that are interested in telling their story, and they just need a platform to tell it on. So that's exactly what we're bringing to the table, and we got a huge response. It was more than I expected it to be, and I'm totally blown away by it. I'm so excited. So we're working on the systems right now to get everybody scheduled and get you on the show and get your story told. So it's just, I can't wait to hear these stories, honestly. Like, there's a time in your life where you hear stories and you just want to feel like you're not the only one that goes through something, and sometimes it's hard just to sit there and dig through shit, trying to find if somebody else is like going through the same stuff, or just to sit back and like hear other people's real stories of their real life without it being fabricated. And just let you know, if you are a little camera shy on the microphone, and a lot of people don't really realize they get stage fright or anxiety before they are about to speak or present themselves. It happens to a lot of us. And if you get that way, we are advising you to type out your story as well. So you want to go to the vagina, if you want to be on the, if you want your 15 minutes and tell your stranger story, you go to the website at thevaginas.com, which there should be a link somewhere around here with that on it. It's literally thevaginas with a Z.com. And you just simply scroll down on the website, and it tells you like, hey, if you want to tell your stranger story, enroll here, register here. And then from that point, you will get, it'll give you props or options or something like that that you can schedule, or a calendar, or I don't know what it does exactly, but it's on there. And then you just follow the directions on there, and then there's a link in there too that it'll give you to be able to type out your story, and we'll give you a personalized link on there. And then that way we can also, our team can also proof over your story as well, and you can have it as a kind of like a reference to go to when you're on the show, so that you don't freeze up or you forget some like bullet points that you wanted to really talk about, and have it a little bit more flowing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think that I should do that with the podcast, is have like a teleprompter out here so that I flow a little bit better. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And I think Tone is trying to come on, but I don't know where he is. He just texted me. Let me see here. I went to the wire. I don't know if he can hear me. Okay. Yes. I'm on. He should be coming on monetarily. So, yeah, we had over 400 responses for the stranger story, and I wanted to start this week. So the website is basically done and ready to go, but there's still a few things that we're want to make sure are flowing, so that when you go on to the website, thevaginas.com, you can easily just get yourself registered, get subscribe to the show and everything. Stay in tune to your emails. Check your spam box. Make sure you get an email from us, and that just gives you instructions on what to do for the day of the show and the recording. All the make sure you got the link for the show. There's just all the podcasts to set up stuff. If you've never done a podcast before or been a guest on one, this is an opportunity for you to like really learn the right way to do it, I guess. I know, weird for me to say that. Me teaching something the right way. So if and if you know anybody too, there's a link on the website as well that you could send the show link, stranger story, to a friend or buddy or whatever that has a story and they need to tell that story too. So, and all the shows are recorded as well. You can get a copy of it, a video copy, and emailed over to you after it's done in high resolution as well, in 1080 or 4K. And you can also save it and put it in your scrapbook or whatever the fuck you do with it. And I mean, you really probably won't need to do that after a while, because it's on all over the internet and YouTube and everything. So, and if you don't want to wait in line for the calendar scheduling, you can also pay like $10 for the priority pass, skip the line type of little ticket, and you can get priority scheduling as well for the stranger story. So I'm excited, people. I can't wait to hear everybody's stranger story. And I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I have no idea. I've heard a few people say a few things to me about what they plan to talk about and kind of what their topic is. But I haven't read thoroughly what they're going to say, because I don't want to ruin it. Like, I want to be able to be hearing it the first time that you hear it too. I want to be like, whoa, eating, sitting there eating my popcorn, like, oh my gosh, do tell more. What's up next? So, uncandid, raw, stories of someone's journey where they have an open mic just to tell whatever the fuck they want to say, however they want to say it, with nobody interrupting them. And I mean, I may like jab in there a couple times to ask a question if I have to or something, but I mean, the mic and the spotlight are yours on the stranger story. So you definitely want to tune into that and register at thevaginas.com. There's so much going on. We have a class coming up too, or I'm teaching a class for eBay. How to be a power seller on eBay. If you need a side hustle and you're not really sure what to do, you like to sell shit, you have a bunch of shit around your house, your apartment that's just collecting dust. I have a rule that like if you have something for like clothing, for example, if you have clothes that have been sitting in your damn closet for 6 months minimum to a year, and you haven't even touched that hanger where that bitch is hanging, or even thought about wearing that thing, then let's get rid of it and let's sell it. You know, if it's in good condition, you know, smoke free, pet free type of, you know, kept in no dog hair, all, you know, if no stains, if it's in good condition, let's sell it or donate it. You know, get rid of it. Why hold on to shit that's just collecting dust, and you could just get rid of the old and in with the new? You know what I mean? It's just a matter of decluttering your life, and decluttering your closet helps declutter your mind and your soul and your body. Plus, you know, if you have been losing any weight, like on Ozempic, like I have, then it's kind of a good little closet cleaning out thing where you can go in your closet and be like, nope, bitch, this is too big, too big. I used to be going there and say, this shit's too tight. I can't wear this. It's too tight. Now I'm like, move over, fatty. Like, you're getting up out of this closet. It's time to get the skinny clothes in. But that's the beauty of, you know, the Ozempic shot that Oprah's on. No negative talk. Oprah's on. That's the only real reason why I like literally did it, because all this slack that everybody was throwing at me. Oh my gosh, it is so like it's not good for you. There's side effects. What side effects are so bad for it? That you get skinny, bitch. That's the side effect that y'all are like so negative about. I don't even give a shit. Oprah's on it. That means it's fine. I don't need to even Google nothing. Oprah's on it, bitch. She said it's good. Oprah said it's fine. So I'm going with what Oprah does. Yes, I'm being a follower here. I'm going with Oprah. Team O, for sure. So that is exactly the weight loss. Actually, you know what? Ozempic, I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know that Ozempic was a thing. I had no clue. It's like I was living under this rock. I'm a social media influencer, podcaster, and content creator, all that stuff, marketing, all that. And I had no idea about Ozempic until somebody, one of my guy friends, I posted a picture of me and one of the kids or something like that. And I didn't see it at the time. Maybe I have that like that body image issue, disease or whatever, where you see, I forget the name of it, where you see yourself different than how other people see yourself. Like you have fucked up vision of your body where it's not really what it looks like, but others see it this way, but you see yourself like distorted. I see myself as fat. You know, I really do. I had an eating disorder when I was in my young teenager years, and I was bulimic and anorexic, and I was playing sports, soccer. Like I was like super, super obsessed. And it lingered with me for years afterwards, right? And therapy, all that stuff. But I still have that like fat girl vision thing in my head. I mean, I'm in my early 40s, and I still suffer from the traumatic side effects of recovering from that disorder, that disease. So it really like stays with you all your life. I mean, it's just like a fucking cockroach that won't leave your fucking garbage, you know. Or it's like an annoying ex-boyfriend that's psychotically, narcissistically gaslighting your ass every minute and trying to get rid, you know, anyway. But that's basically what I, you know, kept seeing. And I did see myself as getting a little chunky there for a while. I was like, oh my gosh, my boobs are getting bigger for no reason. I just feel bloated. I just feel like a Humpty Dumpty. I didn't feel comfortable in my skin. I wasn't feeling sexy. I was feeling like shit. But you think I would have went to the gym and stuff? No, like that would have like solved everything, but I just didn't want to go. I'm not a gym person. I'm just lazy in that department, but I am active person. So I look at being active as going to the gym. So look at those both ways. I'm active all day long. I don't just sit around eating bonbons. You know, I'm like bang, 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 bang. I'm like a ping pong machine. Always on the go. Boom, 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 boom. So that's burning calories all day long. So I look at that as the gym. And then going to the gym on top of already having a lifestyle of being in the gym, so to say, I'll be like, that's too much, bitch. That's too much burning calories. Like, we're overdoing it now. We're overdoing it. So I took a picture of me and one of my besties' daughter, and I posted it. And I mean, I didn't really look at it afterwards. I was like, oh, it's a cute picture of me and the kid. Well, somebody made a comment to me. They're like, hey, indirectly, they were like, do you know, have you heard about Ozempic? And I was like, what? Yeah, like everybody's doing it. You don't have to like work out. You don't have to do this and this, and you lose weight on it. I'm gonna try it myself. And it was like a very indirect way to say that I'm fat and I should probably try this like weight loss program that this person did to me. Like, I mean, it was very creative. I didn't even catch it at first until I let it process later that day. I was overanalyzing the comment and I was like, oh my gosh, I think he just called me fat in a very polite, indirectly way. But it worked. It was the most creative way to like call someone out as being chubby and fat without even hurting their feelings at all. I mean, it really was very creative, I must admit. It went over my head and it just totally, it worked with me. So I started researching this Ozempic. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, how come I'm the last one on the fucking, like, rock planet to know about this stuff? I mean, I had no idea it was out there. Maybe I'm on the wrong Google searches. Maybe my algorithms and all my AIs are researching the wrong news for me. Maybe I'm too far stuck up the Trump situations and Ukraine and all that shit. Maybe I need to get my ass out of Bitcoin and all that. I mean, focus more on this new weight loss technology. It's not really new. I mean, it's like a diabetic, insulin type of program. But maybe I'm diabetic. Who knows? I mean, how do you go get tested for that? Wait. So I didn't even research much about it besides what it was, where it came from, what it did, all those. And I watched lots and lots and lots of testimonials, and all I saw was success, success. And then I saw Oprah. I'm like, sold bitch. I closed the book. I'm like, I don't need to read any more shit about this stuff. I want it. I want it now. Let's do this. And then I got it. And I mean, I honestly don't even know what people are bitching about. Diabetics take this regardless, and yeah, it balances out their weight and stuff as well, but it also, it's the same shit that the rest of us are doing to lose weight, to get healthier in life. So I don't see why, everybody's gotta be such haters. I mean, are people just hating because they're just jealous because they are fat and they just can't get on it right now because they can't afford it, or just because it's expensive? If you don't have your insurance covering it, it's expensive. So, I mean, you got to make some choices here. You want to make your car payment or do you want to lose weight? So, and what it does is there's no physical withdrawals. There's no physical side effects. There's no nothing. It's all psychological, basically. It just takes away this feeling or the sensory in your brain that says, hey, we're craving some cheesecake, bitch. Let's go eat. Hey, we're gonna overeat on that steak right there and lots of potatoes and shit. Let's go. Hey, let's get a chocolate shake and add some more whipped cream to the top and some cherries. What it does is it just takes all of those cravings and stuff like that and it deletes them. Like your brain is just like, it hits a delete button, like, boop, gone. And you don't even think about food. If you are obese or you're overweight and you have had a food issue all your life or issues with food and dieting and yo-yo dieting, this is a blessing in disguise. I mean, it just takes away that little voice in your head that's like, hey, come eat me. It's after midnight and we are loaded with lots of calories and lots of fat. Come eat us. It takes that away and you don't even think about it, where then that brain space that is now free in your head, you are more productive with your productivity of what you really need to do in your days. It's so weird. It's hard for me to explain. If you've been a skinny bitch all your life, you don't understand what I'm talking about. So if you haven't been a skinny bitch all your life, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, hey, this is the miracle weight loss invention that I've been waiting all my life for. I always said, hey, can you get me some sort of pill or weight loss, something that all I have to do is just pop a pill and I lose weight. I don't have to exercise or change my eating habits or my drinking habits or nothing. And then boom, this Ozempic came along. So it's an injection. It's not a pill. That was the only part that I struggled with a little bit, was the injection thing, because I'm like deathly afraid of needles and like I passed out giving blood a couple times, and I can't look at the needles. I cannot be around them. But since I've been on the shot for, I'm on semaglutide. I've been on that for, I think since August I started. No, September. I don't remember. So I've been on it for a good minute. I kind of got over that hump. I'm able to like do my own injections, which, I'm not proud of that or anything, but I don't have to bug somebody to do my injections for me anymore. I put on my big girl pants and actually am doing it myself. So it's crazy. But enough of that Ozempic stuff. Cheers, salute. Speaking of alcohol. I know. I watched something today that really caught my attention. I watch a lot of documentaries and people's stories, like Stranger Story. That's why I want to do that so bad on the show. And I listen to a lot of these shows and I listen to other podcasts too, and they're very inspiring. I'm very, I like to watch factual things that educate me and give me more insight and learn about different people. I constantly love learning about people. So this one guy came on, and he told his story about his trauma of his life, childhood. Everybody always has a PTSD of some traumas of their childhood, right? You never really hear anyone that says, hey, I had the perfect fucking childhood. Even the richest bitches kids in the world have some sort of really PTSD that happened to them, molestation or something, abuse. We all have a story. So he was talking about how he had to learn to get over his trauma of his childhood before he could even start focusing on building relationships with other women, because he was sick and tired of having the same thing happen over and over again, one failed relationship after another. And so after that cycle keeps repeating itself, he was just over it. And he went to a therapist, and he was like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm just like repeating. I'm choosing these partners that are horribly wrong for me, and I keep going into this same pattern. And so the therapist, did her therapy thing, and they came to the conclusion that he was being a pleaser. He was following in the same steps as his mother. His mother was a pleaser. She would always please her husband, the dad, and like instead of putting herself first ever, it was always pleasing him. And then so he fell into those same habits that he saw from his own mom, and then into his adulthood. And so they, figured that out, got acknowledgement of that, and he took charge on changing that right away. And it started making sense to him. He's like, I'm not a fucking pleaser. I don't know why I've been putting this facade up all my life. And this is why relationships have been so toxic that I've been in. So once he figured that out, he decided to put each phase of his childhood that the therapist would help him recover and move on from, and heal from. He put a picture of himself at that age on his phone as the background, so that every time he's on his phone or anything, he's reminded of himself at that age and how he has healed himself at that age. And so when he's officially done like healing from that age of the trauma of his childhood, he then is going to put another picture of another year of his, childhood to fix that healing process of that year too. I thought that was pretty clever. It's like a constant reminder of, hey, we're working on us. We're going to get ourselves through this. We're going to do it. So he then progressed to talk about, his relationship that he currently has. And something disconnected. I don't know what it was. But he went on to talk about, his relationship currently and how he just literally fell into the right spots in the right time because of his own acknowledgement of trauma and his own acknowledgement of who he is and who he wanted to be in life. And he was lost. He fell off his path. He did this. He was he was molested as a child. I mean, this guy was a big football player. He was embarrassed to tell the story even, or tell anyone about his, being molested as a child. But he did. And he said that he recorded it on a podcast one time, and he told the whole entire story about his childhood abuse of being molested. And he's a big football guy and stuff. And he literally said that he took him 6 months to even think about posting that podcast. He let it sit for 6 months, and then he decided, you know what? I don't care if this even changes one person. That's one person that will be affected by my story, and one person that I know I paid it forward to tell my story to and help someone instead of holding it in and holding that burden of that trauma inside of you and not releasing it and healing from it and not utilizing that to also help others. I mean, it was like a very powerful podcast interview, and I was really moved by it. I actually paused it and rewound it a bunch of times because I got distracted with something, and then I wasn't I wasn't tuned in and focused on the entire message that he was bringing. So it probably took me like 4 hours to watch like a half hour podcast or something like that because I just kept reminding it. So that YouTube channel got a lot of hours because of me. But if you just literally take some time and find a podcast or even this one, that's talks to you, that you resonate with, that helps bring some serenity to you and some peacefulness, that kind of you feel like you're not alone and you feel like you can relate. That's so important to even finding that in your relationships. But he also did point out something too, that he said that if you have to please other people, back to the pleaser thing, if you have to please other people to make a relationship work or make that other person happy and you're not happy, or you stop doing what you normally do, you're not you're not as bubbly as you used to be, you're not as extroverted as you used to be, and you change just so that you can please your partner. He's like, that is not a relationship, and that is not true love. It is a toxic environment and toxic relationship. You can't live your life pleasing other people just because you're afraid of what the reality of their happiness is. I mean, your happiness is totally number one as well, not just others. I mean, if you're out there pleasing someone, making them happy just because you don't want to see them not happy and you don't give a shit about your own happiness, then that's pretty fucked up. It's like you're gaslighting yourself. And I can't talk too much shit about it because, I look back and I'm thinking I probably have done that too. Because you don't want to, like, you don't want somebody, when you're in a relationship, especially a narcissistic one, you don't want that person to leave you. You're vulnerable, your self-esteem is low and everything. And so you're like, you hold on and grasp to this person as much as you fucking can, to a point where you lose yourself. You lose yourself and you lose your morals. You lose like who you really are as a person, and you're doing nothing but being a people pleaser, and you're pleasing them to accommodate what they need out of life and how they need to feel in life. And then you like are destined to win. You just get swallowed up, into the crowd, and nobody sees you anymore. And a lot of people don't even realize they're doing that until it's brought to their attention or somebody like talks about it. So I'm just letting you know, if you are someone that's miserable in a relationship and you're constantly pleasing your partner because he's abusive or he's gaslighting or she's narcissistic or anything like that, I mean, check out. I mean, you probably already are checked out mentally, but it's like, it made sense to me when he put it in that perspective. When I heard this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is some like people psychological shit that I needed to like have reiterated to me just to have it fresh in my brain. And it's true. It refuels your psychosis of knowing what's right and what's wrong in relationships and the interactions and chemistry and connections that you should have with your partner. And like having somebody that does that, steals your happiness and your personality away from is terrible. It's like a crime. And the other thing he said too was when he's in a relationship, he tells the person, his partner, from the get-go, exactly who he is. He is as blunt as he possibly is. He tells them everything about him, the most negative points ever. Not negative, but he says, look, this is how I am. I am A, B, C, and then sometimes on the weekends I'm D, E, F. Then I'm also X, Y, Z. And he did it in a way to scare the person away, because it was his insecurities coming out. Like, hey, if I'm vulnerable and I just put it out there in the beginning, they have an option to like leave before my emotions are attached to this person and before their emotions are attached. And that's it. And I can move on with my life so that there's no hidden surprises of who I am down the road. Well, he did that. And this chick was like, you know what? I really appreciate you doing that. It made me respect you even more that you put yourself out there in the beginning and told me like really who you are so that I don't have any hidden surprises. So if you're just fresh in a relationship, don't hold back and like show the honeymoon phase all the time. Be your real, raw, and rare self and just put yourself out there and be vulnerable. Because if you hide in like who you really are and let the true colors of you come out after the honeymoon phase is over, I mean, that's where people's fights and traumas and conflicts start and you butt heads, especially if you're in a relationship where you both come from two different upbringings in life. If you're introverted and I'm extroverted, you like to stay at home inside and that's your thing. Like you're an inside the home type of body, stay home type of person. I'm not. I'm a travel. Let's go network. Let's go social, like socialize. Those trying to blend those two type of people together in a relationship is not going to be a healthy relationship at all. It's actually going to be a miserable butting heads yo-yo like throughout your relationship, and it's gonna eventually keep causing a buildup of animosity on each other. Like, hey, can't you just do my way of life instead of always having to go travel? And I don't want to do your fucking travel. Like, hey, I don't want to stay at home and be nobody and just have FOMO. So you really have to find somebody that you do have a connection with as far as how you view and your goals and your next step in life. Because if you don't, you're both on different playing fields, it's constantly going to be a conflict. And I mean, you can't force someone to change how they were raised and how they were embedded into life, their culture wise and their upbringings and what they witnessed and what they experienced. And that's always going to be embedded in somebody. And if they want to like aggressively change that for somebody, that's their own thing. But I believe that would be just a temporary thing. It would, old habits would pop back in. But I mean, you don't really want to have to go to that level of changing anyone anyway. I mean, if you naturally just can't find that person that you naturally flow with, then it's not the right match. And a lot of us stay with the wrong matches all the time. I know I have, and many, many times. And I mean, I still suffer or still like suffer. I still make those bad decisions, in my personal life. And that's why I'm striving to avoid that, because it's just statistically known single people are happier. Okay? We're happier. And I don't know. I don't want to spend any more energy on the possibility of being gaslighted again or being with a narcissistic person again, because there's a lot of those fuckers out there. I tried to see if I was narcissistic. I mean, I went through the check marks. I'm like, no, I don't do that one. No, maybe I do that one sometimes. No, that one, no. I didn't really like check out a lot of boxes that would make me narcissistic. I mean, maybe I have narcissistic tendencies, but I wouldn't put me in the whole narc box. But yeah, so I guess Tone's not coming on. I think he had to go fix his hair since he got a haircut. He looks good though. He got a haircut. I didn't. We haven't talked in like a minute. We have to catch up and see what's going on in ATL and Tampa, and see what each other's been up to. So we will keep you informed of that. We're coming on Thursday though. Thursday show at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, peeps, and we'll be live, Goat at Night. And you can also go on the website at goatatnight.com, NITE people.com, and also thevaginas.com with a Z to register for being on Your Stranger Story. You definitely want to do that and subscribe to our show so you can help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. That's our goal, and we're sticking to it, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna blow it through the fucking river and mountains and all that shit and get some more goals. For real. So thanks for tuning in and all your support, and thank you for our sponsors as well from the rockbottoms.com. Also, we have the Crit and Print that are doing our merch. Heather over in Pittsburgh, go Steelers. And then we also have, what was the other one? We have the Rock Bottoms, WD's Running Live podcast, and the Goat at Night, Tona Go, and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. There was somebody else I was supposed to mention. I'll get to it. I'll put it in the comments. But if you have any comments in regards to relationships, I'd love to hear about them, and I'd like to hear how you handled your situation. You can actually tell your stranger story, your relationship stranger story at thevaginas.com with a Z.com, and register, and let us know what happened to you. Let us know your journey. Be real, raw, and rare, and keep it real, bitches. Peace out.